If we look at the world today, in 2025, we continue to see several major international boycotts. Russia remains under heavy sanctions and widespread boycotts due to its ongoing war in Ukraine. Much of the Muslim world still boycotts Sweden following past incidents involving Quran burnings, highlighting tensions over freedom of speech and religious respect. The boycott of Israel has intensified dramatically over the past 3 years, especially from people in solidarity with Palestinians, and the list of boycott movements keeps growing. However, are there similar large-scale boycotts against Turkey? The short answer is no, definitely not. Turkey continues to commit widespread human rights violations, especially against the Kurdish population. Yet, for a variety of political, economic and strategic reasons, Turkey is not held to the same level of international scrutiny or consequences. In this video, I'll explore why that is, and what you can do to change it. You can use the video player to jump to specific chapters using the timestamps below, but I strongly recommend watching the full video for the complete context. The easy ways to boycott food and groceries. Many items you buy at the grocery store are either directly from Turkey or indirectly fund the Turkish state. For example, when buying fruits or vegetables, you can often see alongside the price which country the product comes from. In this case, the grapes are from South Africa. This one shows Mexico. Make sure to skip those labeled as coming from Turkey. If the country of origin isn't visible in your store, you can simply ask the workers. They're there to help you. By boycotting food products, you can make a significant economic impact. For products other than fruits, use the Barcode Country app, which is free on iOS and Android. This app allows you to scan products and identify their country of origin. In many markets, especially Oriental-style ones, you'll find Turkish products. Purchasing these helps fund Turkey's military budget, since part of the profits go to the state through taxes and support industries tied to the government. It's important to note that some products, especially in Oriental stores, will show the German flag in the app. Often, these are companies located in Germany but owned by Turkish interests. Be sure to read the background text, which often reveals the company's real origin. If the app shows Germany but the company is clearly Turkish-owned, be aware. If you don't have the app or just want to do this manually, you can check the barcode on each product. If the barcode starts with the numbers 868 or 869, it is from Turkey. Do not buy these products. Clothing. Turkey is a major player in the global textile industry. Check clothing tags for Made in Turkey and avoid purchasing these items. Inside shoes, look under the tongue or in the insole area. Watch out for stores like Zara, H&M, Mango, Boohoo and ASOS. They very often sell clothes from Turkey. By checking the tags, you can determine which clothes to buy and which to skip. If you're buying online, avoid Turkish-owned companies like Derimod and LC Waikiki. Tourism. Turkey's tourism industry is one of its largest sources of income. In 2018, tourism brought in nearly $30 billion, while that same year, the military budget increased to $19 billion. Major Turkish airlines, Turkish Airlines, Pegasus, and Sun Express, are either state-owned or deeply connected to the Turkish government and arms industry. Avoid flying with them. These choices might be more expensive, but it's a matter of values. Are you willing to support a state that prosecutes and kills Kurds just to save a few dollars on a flight? For example, last year I traveled to Kurdistan. The cheapest option would have been to land in Istanbul and take a connecting flight to Erbil. However, I chose instead to land in Egypt and fly to Erbil from there. The ticket cost about $100 more. But I felt and still feel good knowing I didn't support the Turkish state in that way. With proper planning and early bookings, you can often avoid the extra expense entirely. You can find transit routes through Berlin, Lebanon, Jordan, Qatar, and other places that might cost slightly more, but come with a strong ethical payoff. Even if you're just doing a transit, avoid flying with Turkish Airlines, Pegasus, or Sun Express. If you're a Kurd from Bakur, northern Kurdistan, visiting family, that's entirely understandable. And of course, you have a pass for that. But traveling to Turkish resorts like Alanya contributes directly to the Turkish economy and should be reconsidered. Also, if you're someone who usually travels to Turkey for the beach, why not change your destination to Greece instead? Honestly, the Greek beaches are practically the same, if not better, and at the same time, you won't have to feel guilty about supporting a fascist Islamist regime while on holiday. News sharing. I see many people sharing news and information on social media using Turkish state news agencies. These outlets often carry biased agendas, and this alone should be enough to stop sharing them. If you're Kurdish and research these media platforms, you'll quickly notice their ongoing hate towards Kurds and how they portray us in the worst light possible. TRT World is probably the one I see shared the most, but watch out for Anadolu Agency and Daily Sabah as well. Unsupporting certain celebrities. There are both Kurdish and non-Kurdish celebrities who openly support the Turkish state and its actions against the Kurds. Unfollow them and do not give them your attention. This is probably the easiest thing to do, and although it may not make a big difference, at least your conscience is clear for not supporting these people. Extra credit to those who comment on their pro-Turkish state posts and raise awareness about the Kurdish cause. But most importantly, make sure to unfollow them and avoid sharing or liking their content. Restaurants. Many people believe eating at Turkish restaurants doesn't count because they're just regular people. But the issue lies in the supply chain. Many of these restaurants use products imported from Turkey, indirectly supporting the Turkish economy. This isn't about targeting individuals, but about understanding the broader impact of our economic choices. Every lira that ends up in the Turkish economy supports continued oppression. Choose a Kurdish restaurant instead. Other Turkish companies to avoid: Afya, Aroma, Aytak, Bifa, Bizim, Kaykur, Didi, Isim, Pinar, Superfresh, Tamek, all are based in Turkey, and avoiding them helps the movement significantly. The advanced way to boycott. Everything we've covered so far is relatively easy for anyone to do. But if you want to go all in, here are more advanced steps. By boycotting these companies, you either directly or indirectly cut off funds to the Turkish state. And Beko manufactures police vehicles used against Kurdish protesters. Ford supplies vehicles for Turkish police forces. Dimes, founded by a patriotic businessman from Bursa, one of the most nationalist and fascist regions in Turkey. Dimes still operates heavily in that area and across the country. Boycotting them supports the broader boycott. Military and arms industry. Some countries continue to cooperate militarily with Turkey. But activism has worked before. In 2019, Sweden halted arms exports to Turkey after massive public pressure following the invasion of Afrin. The freeze lasted for 3 years. The international companies connected to Turkey's arms industry are BAE Systems, Lockheed Martin, Jaguar Land Rover, Rolls-Royce, Thales, ultra-electronics. Conclusion: boycotts work. The global boycott of South Africa played a vital role in ending apartheid. Turkey is already facing an economic crisis due to earlier boycotts and international sanctions. But more can and must be done. Boycotts can be powerful tools for pressuring oppressive regimes. Share this video. Like it. Comment with your thoughts. Let others know how they can take action. Check the description below for a full list of Turkish products to avoid and more resources to support the cause. Every lira, every dollar, every view matters. Choose a different brand. Choose a different airline. Choose solidarity with people who are silenced. The Kurds have no state, no military empire, no PR machine. All we have is the truth, and you.